Well, Baker couldn't save us this time.
Or was it the special team punt block touchdown in the first half?
That and more on the next episode of Buccaneers Captain's Report.
Stay tuned. Stay locked in.
Let's go. Welcome to the post-game episode of Buccaneers Captain Report. I am big, he is small,
AKA Jive,
and we just unfortunately lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, 31-25. Very emotional game, very hard-fought game. Small, what are your thoughts?
Well, let me start off by saying this is our first aired episode with our first L.
Yep.
And today's game had a lot of firsts.
Mm-hmm.
First turnovers for the season.
Yeah. So sad.
And it wasn't even one, it was two.
Yep. So sad, man.
I ain't emotional right now, but in my head, I'm more like, it was bound to happen. And watching the game and seeing how everything played out and the late adjustments, I felt as though we not only could have, but we should have won.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to get it out the way right now because it happened so early in the game. Special team. Fuck that special teams coordinator.
Yeah, special team was atrocious.
The only thing special about special teams is Cameron Johnson. That man there, he showed the only light that special team has within them.
And
don't forget, special teams coordinator.
Don't forget about
was ass.
Don't forget
trash.
Don't forget about
garbage. Look, I think the special teams coordinator needs to go ASAP. But you know what? I'm gonna calm down. We're gonna get back on track on our program. All right.
Yes, sir. So a quick recap of the game. The Bucks got the ball first, and they could move the ball, and we had a punt. And on that very first punt, they blocked it and returned it for a touchdown, which started the game 7-0. On the next drive, we punt. So we went 3 and out and punt. And we punt to them and they score a touchdown on their next drive. And then on our next drive, we finally put some points on the board. We scored a field goal. So the game was 14-0. And then on their next drive, we held them to a punt. They held us to a punt. So now I'm thinking, okay, the game's calmed down. You know, it's time for us to start getting our adjustments in, and we can start scoring too. Nope, they scored a touchdown the very next drive, and then after that we punt again.
All right, well, let's back up to the first quarter real quick.
All right,
so the first quarter,
the first was they blocked our punt. And then they scored touchdown. We punt. They scored touchdown. and we scored a field goal.
All right. So there was a point on in that first quarter. Although we were down 14-0, I knew the game wasn't going to be a blowout, and I knew we wasn't just going to lay down and stay down that easily. Baker being Baker, you know, they didn't show the beginning of who actually got in who face first.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
yeah.
Baker
I know what you're
definitely
talking about.
was
Mhm.
in the face of, I believe, Mitchell from the Eagles. And to me, it looked like he was antagonizing
Yep.
the guy.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that infused the other players on the Bucks to
To hop
rally
in.
up,
Yep.
behind them and put a little fire in their butts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I felt like, okay, so they are up. They're not gonna just stay down that easily. So that was in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's one thing he does that I like. Anytime we come out flat, he starts a fight or some. The offensive line come around him. The rest of the team come around him. It's a fight, and we got 15 free yards off of it, basically.
That particular situation that occurred happened to just be the drive where the Bucks was able to put their first points on the
Yeah.
board. We're not just gonna take the L that easily. I'm pretty sure they knew that they wasn't gonna lose, just like the rest of us Bucks fans.
Yeah.
But they showed that they was in it, and we got 3 more quarters to go, basically.
Well, I'm glad you thought it wasn't going to be a blowout, because I saw how things were going, and in my mind, I was like, yeah, I think we're about to get blown out, bro. I'm glad we didn't get blown out, but it definitely crossed my mind, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, Bucks clearly at this point got an MO, and that's even leading into the 2025 season, where they just, for some reason, have this power pack that kicks in the second half. So I mean, I never expect for us to get blown out,
Right.
you know. So that's why I said that. That's where I was at, and I'm pretty sure they'd be thinking the same thing. Like, we got this, we got this, we got this. The only thing is, I just wish that they used that power pack, that power boost, or that easy button, or whatever it is that they doggone use early versus late, you know, or grab an extra power button or an extra easy button or something, and use it in the first half and also in the second half.
I feel like last year it was the opposite. Like, last year we always had great starts. Like, we always score on the first drive. We always had great starts last year. For some reason this year, man, our starts has been atrocious. And we come back in the second half.
I mean, it's not like we ain't been scoring on our first, if not on every first drive that we've had, we've scored at least a field goal or something on the second.
Yeah.
It's the thing that is where it got that gap in between, and then they try to play catch up or whatever, or if we up on the game, you know what I'm saying, we definitely, our defense have definitely just kept the other teams in a steady pace, but somehow they get up at least one touchdown, or it's a tie or whatever, and then now we rushing and, like I said, get that extra little juice to be able to win the game. You know, it's been like that since last year, so I'm not saying.
No, what I was saying is last year it was a thing. Like we just score on our first drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been that way this year.
No, we haven't scored on no first drive.
Yeah, we did.
No, we hadn't. Like
Yes,
the first
we have.
time in which game?
Week 1, we scored on our first drive. They scored.
Oh
we
yes,
scored.
yes. You're right. I remember. Yeah, but 3 other weeks we haven't scored.
I'm pretty sure it may have been week 2. I just know for sure it was week 1.
Yeah, week 1 we scored, but I don't know about week 2. So we finally forced them. We finally stopped them, and they get a field goal on the last drive of the first half. So that gave me hope. Like, I think we're figuring out what they're doing with that stop. So they get a field goal on their last drive, and then our next drive.
You still in the second quarter?
Yeah. Our next drive, the last play of the first half was that Chase McLaughlin record-breaking 68-yard field goal, which I didn't think he was going to make. But you have to try it, and I really can't believe he made that.
The first half really was owned by. I'm not even gonna say it was owned by Philly's offense. It was more owned by Philly's defense. Because I believe if we would have made adjustments early on within the first half, we could have kept the score a little closer than it was on that first half. The Gene or something.
Yeah.
Him and
Cooper,
the Gene and him and Mitchell was all over the place. We definitely didn't do our due diligence and bring that up and did the research that we had to do to when we did our keynotes of what keys that we need to look forward to. Because I even believe that you said something about their defense wasn't even all that good.
I was talking about their front seven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we failed to look into that.
I
haven't caught any, and I like the Eagles. I'm not a fan of the Eagles, but I like the Eagles, and I like the things that they did last season.
These were my exact words. I don't know what Todd Bowles and this coaching staff said to this team at halftime. I don't know what adjustments they made. I don't know, I don't even understand, bro. But we came out in the second half, and we looked like a different team.
Right.
They got the ball first in the second half, 3 and out for their offense. They punted the ball, and we got a long return on a punt. Our next drive, after that long punt return, we went for it and on 4th and 3, and we did not get that 4th and 3. My words exactly, we should have took the points.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. I think we should have took the points because it's early in the second half. You don't know how many points you're going to need. Sure, the team seemed like a different team, but I'll take the points. If it was like 8 minutes left in the fourth, I understand that. But also, Nick Sirianni was talking smack to Baker Mayfield. They showed it on the screen that he's talk. I don't know a coach who talks smack to a player, but Nick Sirianni does. I just thought that was interesting. And then the very next play is that 77-yard touchdown pass to Emeka Buka to put us back in the game. After that pass, they had 3 consecutive 3 and out. They had 3 consecutive 3 and outs, and that's when Bucky turned the ball over, which to me should not have been a fumble because his shin was clearly down. but I guess that's what they call on the field. That's what they're gonna keep, which is dumb because they're the NFL, so how they don't have every way you could see this play on every camera, so that's kind of weird. Around that same time, Jamel Dean and her son Reddick left the game with injury, and they scored a touchdown with a fake tush push play after the turnover. After their touchdown was yet again a 72-yard touchdown, Baker to Bucky. By the way, that fake tush push is the only points they scored the whole second half. So we had opportunities to win this game, but our offense just couldn't quite do it. So another field goal for Chase, 58 yards. They go 3 and out on their next drive. We also get another long return, which had us all excited and stuff. And then Baker throws a pick in the end zone. After that pick, defense bailed us out. Thanks, defense. They stopped us on 4th down, and they ran the clock out with a safety, and that was the game right there. So, to me, this wasn't a bad loss. Just like I said, I'm not really mad about the loss. It's whatever. After the first half, I understood most likely we'll lose this game. As far as how we matched up, with them, and as far as the whole game overall, to me the difference in the game is the blocked field goal return for a touchdown, Baker's pick in the end zone, Bucky's fumble helped them get that fake tush push play. So if Bucky then fumbled the ball, or if it was called right on the field, we win this game. So what are your overall thoughts on this game as a whole?
So that second half belonged 100% to the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
As you stated earlier, the difference of the game was that punt block. I believe you said earlier it was the field goal block, and I know you meant to say punt block.
Yeah,
so the difference of the game was that punt block. But we had the game pretty much one, even though we were behind coming in, even though we was trailing coming in the second half. What you got to realize is that first half, the Philadelphia Eagles put up 201 yards the first half.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, they only put up 29 yards. All right? Jalen Hurts didn't even complete any passes in the second half, going 0 for 8.
Yep.
So the fact that the defense made the adjustments that they had to make, give the offense a chance to come back and win the game, was a bit of a bright light. But I do have to touch on the fact that on our pregame review of this week's game, I mentioned how Baker Mayfield is the type of quarterback that like to overplay, that like to overdo, do the most, basically. Pretty much predicted, because that was in my prediction, that he was going to get an interception. Actually, I take that back. I think I predicted that he was going to get a fumble. And I should just predicted that he was going to get a turnover. His first turnover of the season. And you know what? I mean, I don't blame him. Baker Mayfield is somebody who plays with a lot of passion, with a lot of heart. So I don't blame him at all. But there's a point in time where you just gotta learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not like the only time this have ever happened before. Like, you've turned the ball over countless of other times trying to overplay or overdo when you could have easily just threw the ball out. And like the saying is, live to play another day. You know, I'm not sure if that's quote unquote the exact saying, but y'all know what I mean.
Play another down.
Yeah. So that second half, 100% definitely belonged to us. The defense definitely locked in and kept Jalen Hurts and also Saquon to limited yards. The DBs clamped down on A.J. Brown. He really looked flustered out there. I thought he was going to have a good game. It was going to be at least a little bit of impact. But he ain't have no motion at all with our DBs. Our DBs compared to their DBs did play a little bit extra hard. They was a little bit more aggressive, even with some of the penalties that should have been called on our behalf that the referees didn't call, with the holding of the jersey or the undershirts that's under the jerseys. Like, you called one, but what happened to the other, like, three?
At least six.
2, 3 other ones that, you know what I'm saying, that you didn't call. I don't know. I'm saying that I don't know. I can't say it was 6, but I know they definitely show replays on 3 of 3. 100% show replays on 3. I don't know about the 4, 5, or 6, but I saw replays of what the refs clearly missed. And the referee issues is going to continue to be a problem.
Yep.
But the problem is there, so we can't really complain about that. We just got to work our way around that. I'm not going to put the loss on Baker Mayfield at all, because he still showed that he's in the talks of MVP. Well, I don't know, with the interception, probably not.
No, he's still MVP. You could throw an INT and be MVP, bro. Damn.
Probably not as much. But he did show that he could still be the leader that he is, the captain that he is, get his offense together and march them down the field. Because Baker threw a 77-yard touchdown to put the score in the third quarter at 24-13. All right. Then he turns around and throws, and that touchdown was to Emeka Egbuka. All right. And then he turns around and trusted Bucky Irvin to complete a 72-yard touchdown pass. And this is even after Bucky had that fumble. You know what I'm saying? Bucky didn't let it shake him. He said, "My bad. I owe you one." and he paid his dues. You know what I'm saying? So, I was very impressed by that these guys didn't just lay down and take an L. You know what I'm saying? They fought their way back in the game and did what they have to do to continue. Now, defense, like we were saying, definitely took charge, even with the loss of Hassan Reddick and Jamel Dean having to be out due to injuries. And the third quarter, I thought that was going to at least slow our defense down, but it didn't. They just rallied up together, got it together, stuck together, played hard, aggressive, and held, like I said, the Philadelphia Eagles to only those 29 yards. Total of 29 yards of offense.
Baker didn't look bad. You know, he threw, he had a bunch of passes that were in receivers' hands, and DBs just made like a great play.
Yeah, I never said Baker looked bad.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying you said that, but I'm just clearing it out. Like, he didn't look bad or terrible. Like, if our receivers could catch, I would say, half of those balls that he threw where the defenders made like a great play, that would change the game as well.
Yeah, the DBs definitely did.
They were really good.
Look, Philadelphia DBs, Mitchell and DeJean, really came out and was not with the BS. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you knew that off top when DeJean made that hit on, I believe, was it Irvin? But whenever he had that penalty,
it might have been a Mecca.
Yeah, well, whoever it was, and he got on top of him, walked over him, and you knew
Bucky.
Bucky, yeah, that's what I knew it was Bucky, yeah. And you just knew automatically, this.
Yeah, they came to play.
These guys came to play, and on every possession, offensive possessions that the Bucs had, it was either DeJean or Mitchell or the both of them in every possession that first half, and even in the second half. So for the Bucs and the offensive coordinator, for them to have gotten it together, and Baker Mayfield taking the charge and getting them as close as they did, regardless of the interception, that I feel like could 100% been avoided. Because I know Baker saw Godwin because he waved the ball. I know he saw him.
The ball got tipped. You have to remember that too.
I know that. Let me finish, bro. I know he saw him, and it may have looked like he was wide open, but he have to realize at the same time, bro, you getting chased. Those DBs have been hot all game long. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they slow down at all, because the Philadelphia Eagles offense slowed down due to the pressure that our defense, the Bucs defense, have been applying the second half. But the second half, the Philadelphia Eagles defense didn't miss a beat themselves.
Yep.
So that's something that you gotta take into consideration when you make plays like that. You know what I'm saying? Whether the ball was tipped or not. You know, that secondary back there was ready. It was ready and locked and loaded. You know what I'm saying? Even if the ball wasn't tipped, the way the ball was thrown anyway, it's not like the ball was thrown.
He was throwing it to the outside of the end zone. That's the trajectory, and the tip made it go more inside. The ball didn't even reach Godwin.
If you let me finish, what I was going to say is the way he was throwing the ball. I'm not saying where he threw the ball.
Right.
The direction is not where I was going
Right.
at. The way he threw the ball like at a straight angle to where it was able to get tipped.
I
by the
got
defense.
you. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And he probably adjusted that pass the way he did because it wasn't Mike Evans. Because I'm pretty sure if it was Mike Evans, he would have threw it a little higher up.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So,
yep.
But he also have to take in consideration on how hard and aggressive the defense have been playing. That's all I'm saying. So, he played a good game. He got the offense together, put them points on the board, and unfortunately, we fell short. The whole game. It seemed like going into the fourth, the coordinators, offensive and defense coordinators on each team go into a chess match.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles coordinators, defensive coordinators, played a better chess game versus our offensive coordinator.
Not that. I'm impressed that we even scored points because I was just looking at the first half and how good their DBs were and how many passes that wasn't dropped and like the passes be in their hand and like boop. I know it's gonna count as a drop, I think, or pass. I don't know what stat they're gonna use, but I seen like how they were playing us, and to tell you the truth, I'm surprised that we scored enough to make it a game. Like at the end of the first, I was like, yep, I already see but just like I said, we're an actual good team and even almost win. The big thing to me, the game overall, is going to be that block punt. That block punt doesn't happen. It's a whole different game. Even if the game goes exactly the same, it's a whole different game. Like we had more yards than them. We had more rushing yards than them, more passing yards than them. Just like you said, we had them to 29 yards in the whole second half. As far as yards, we gained them 376 to their 200. Passing yards, we had 272 to their 112. Rushing yards, another game at 100. We had 104, and we kept them at 88, which is great. Saquon couldn't do nothing. And yards per play. We had 5.5 yards, they had 3.4. We had more first downs than them. They had more third downs than us. We had more plays than them, of course, because we trying to mount a comeback. And we also won the time of possession game. So the big thing to me is the turnovers, which we had 2, and that punt block, man. But how it works is you can't take away that punt block. That punt block is a thing. It happened. It's part of the game. So we taking an L, and we're moving on. I guess that's all we can do, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%, 100%. They need to go ahead and just fire the goddamn special teams coordinator like ASAP. I don't know what they waiting on. They need to do that ASAP.
No doubt.
I do want to give up. I guess we'll go to one of our next segments and seeing how we did as far as our prediction. I know one of my predictions was Vita Vea getting 2 sacks, and my boy
got 2 sacks. Defense was showing up, bro. I like it.
My boy got 2 sacks.
Yep.
He ain't let me down at all. What was one of your
My
predictions?
prediction was Tez was gonna have a big game. That didn't happen. My other prediction is Shepard. Shep was gonna have a big game. He had a okay game.
He
Let me
did.
see.
He only had like caught one ball or something.
Shep. Let me see. Shep. No, he caught a
Like two
couple
or something?
ball. He caught. He called 1 for 6 yards. So he had a terrible game. I felt like
he only caught one ball.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's wrong. Shep caught 2 for 14 yards, which is terrible. And then that was my two predictions.
I mean, it
I
ain't
was
that terrible
wrong on both
because
of
the
them.
defense was, them DBs, man, was on points.
What impressed me about theirs is their DBs. I wish our DBs can play like that.
How many yards did
Who?
Buka have?
Buka didn't look. No, he had that.
He had to have over 100 yards.
Yeah, he
Because
had
one of his
102 for 101 yards.
Yeah.
Bucky had 5 for 102
yards.
Ooh. Chris on his game back had 3 for 26, respectable. You know, he's still getting his feet wet.
And he played hard. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
He played hard. There was some plays that we were playing any other team other than the Eagles. Those passes that was made to Godwin would have been easier for him.
First downs.
Easier first downs and easier plays. But I really got to give it up to Philadelphia Eagles. Secondary.
All right. With that being said, who's walking the plank? Who's gonna be MVP? So Small. Who's walking the plank for you? Who's your MVP?
All right. So since y'all been locked in and tuned in since week 1 and watched our episodes since week 1, unfortunately, we're on the same pattern, on the same wave this week.
Oh.
I'm not going to say the special teams. I am going to 100% say the coordinators, special team coordinators, special team coaches. Y'all cockeyed as hell. Something got to give. Y'all need to get fired ASAP. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it. They showed you guys that they was capable, and when I say they, the Philadelphia Eagles, their game last week had a punt block to help them seal their game-winning drive. Special teams, coaches and coordinators should have watched film and been more prepared to get the special teams together. And it's more of the punt team, yes. But special team coordinators and coaches, man, lock yourself up this week and don't come out for the rest of the season and let the GMs and the front offices and stuff find people to replace y'all, because y'all trash. Y'all get to walk the plank. I'm sick of y'all. To the utmost. I'm just sick of y'all. MVP. Can't even think straight. Picking my MVP because the coordinators are special team trash as hell. MVP. I want to first say Baker Mayfield would have been mine, but he had the interception. But he had a good game. He didn't have a great game because of the interception that he could have avoided. He definitely had a good game. I'm not going to give it to Baker this week. Irving had 102 yards receiving and a touchdown. He had a good game, minus his fumble. So I'm not going to give it to him. That does narrow my choices down to 2 people. I was thinking either Vita Vea. Big guy had 2 sacks and had constant pressure all 4 quarters this game. My second option I was left with was McLaughlin with the two long field goals that he put up. Big props to you. Kudos to you, man. You did what you had to do. You, Cameron Johnson are the only 2 special people that put the special in special teams. Everybody else kiss my ass, especially the coaches and coordinators. But if I would have to pick between McLaughlin and Vita Vea, I'm 100% say Vita Vea, because that defense held the Philadelphia Eagles that second half. So Vita Vea is my MVP. Way to go, big guy. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay aggressive, stay hungry, and keep kicking ass. What about you?
I heard that. Well, my who's walking the plank for me, we're on the same wavelength, kinda, because who's walking the plank for me is not the coordinators or it's not the whole special team. It's just Riley Dixon. He had another kick block, another punt block return for a touchdown. It's the second one this year. The first one, we won the game, so it's whatever. This one actually, in my opinion, cost us the game. So we're losing games because I don't know what, he just looks slow when he punts. Like, his whole mechanics is just slow. And I just had a feeling this game we're going to get a punt block. So the front office, the coordinators, the coaching staff, they need to bring in another guy to punt or a tryout or a competition or something, because it just looks weird when he punts. Like, he just goes super slow or something. My MVP is the whole defense in the second half. The second half defense to keep the Eagles' offense to 29 yards. 29 yards of offense. That's all they got in the second half, and 1 touchdown. And they really only got that touchdown because of the Bucky fumble, which put them in the red zone. And that fumble to me was not a fumble for real. So I credit our defense. I credit Todd Bowles, the coaching staff, for making the right adjustments, getting them hyped up. And we did that with Hassan and Jamel Dean out. So I credit them. They played hard. They definitely gave us a chance. But our offense couldn't put it all together at the end. And also, I have an honorable mention for kicker Chase McLaughlin. Almost broke a NFL record.
I'm not mad at that at all. Not at all. Yeah, once again, props to McLaughlin, and 100% props to the defense of the Buccaneers. Well, folks, we appreciate y'all joining us and watching us and continuous support of our show. Next week, we have the Seattle Seahawks.
Yep, the Seahawks.
So stay locked in and tune in with us for our pre-game review. That's Saturday, this upcoming next week Saturday. Again, like, share, comment, let us know who your MVP is, and also let us know who you think should be walking the plank. And let us know, all in all, what you think about the game. and could we have won regardless of the punt or the punt block in that first half. Let us know all that, and continue showing us love, and we'll see y'all Saturday.
Yes, and please do subscribe. The majority of you that watches us are not subscribed, so please subscribe, and please leave us a comment. We do get down in the comment and respond and all of that. Once again, thank you for joining us. I am Big, and he is Small,
aka Jive.
Yeah, thanks for watching the Buccaneers
Captain's Report.
Yeah.
Love, family.